Hello, 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 hello. I'm Lynn Browder, and I have a son, Owen, who is 14 and has autism. We paint together, working on his fine motor skills. He helps me paint the backgrounds of our paintings, and then I paint the rest. So I am always trying to kind of push myself to explore other ways of painting or ways of thinking about how I paint. And so I'm kind of just looking at this, and when I saw this color earlier, I was like, I've got to put some flowers on it. And I thought about doing it one way with a vase, and then some flowers. But then I was like, I'm going to kind of do like maybe where it's a little more subtle. Maybe we'll see. And work on some flowers that are kind of like this faded stuff, like in the background, and then go from there. So we'll see. So, I feel like there's like a little hamster running around on the hamster wheel in my brain, but not much else is there. It's just, like some days it just, I feel like I look at things and, how do we get from one point to the next, and just looking at everything. So I'm just trying to, work through all that, and Owen keeps talking. Oh, I thought I turned my phone off, but I did not. He should be home in about 40 minutes or so. But I keep Owen keeps talking about, like, he lives in the future and lives in the past. It's very hard for him to live in the moment. And by that I mean, like, we try to get these things where, he's going to this activity or he's doing that activity, and, what's happening here or there. But sometimes I feel like once we're in those moments, that's very hard for him, because if there's anything else that's exciting later, I turned my phone off and there's still noises, but anyways, it's hard for me to know, like, when, where, how, like, what. I keep debating where I should stop and where I should start, and I'm gonna put more down here. So, like, he's very interested in what he gets to do this summer and who he gets to do it with. But yet, like, there's another week and a half basically till he's out of school. And so here we are in these time frames, and today he wants to come home from school and stay home from school. And then tomorrow he wants to do the same thing. He wants to go to school and come home and stay home from school. And I'm trying to get him to understand that there are many opportunities for fun. Like, we could get invited to go swimming today or tomorrow. We could go to dinner with our friends. We could do, 1,000 different things. But he is very routine and very in the moment of what something's happening. And so, seeing those moments and feeling those moments, how do I get him to understand that just because we are done with something or school is still in, it doesn't mean we can't have, a certain expectation of being able to do something or go someplace or so I really, I look at this and I'm like, well, what can I do? What can I do to help him know that we need to do something in a moment? So I'm trying to get the understanding for him that just because we're here on, a specific day and he still has school, that we can't go and do something. But how do you get him into a moment in time where it's okay? Like, how do I get him to understand that we can still go and do fun things without other people? Or, he may not know what something fun is, like what we could do that would be fun. I don't know. Anyways, I've got so many thoughts and so many actions, so many reactions, so many. And it's just, excuse me, that went down wrong. It's just trying to figure out how to get him kind of where that makes sense to him. Like a few weeks ago, that's okay, we'll just put some more there. A few weeks ago, we went to a gymnastics place, and they had like trampolines. It was a full gymnastics place. The foam pit, not a ball. I was trying to say ball pit, but it was a big foam pit. And, so just all of that. And he at first was like, no, not going. Owen, not going. But then I explained to him what it was, because a lot of times he doesn't necessarily understand what something, ooh, whatever I did went down wrong. Excuse me. So, it's just kind of trying to figure out how to get him to realize that just because he doesn't understand about something doesn't mean he's not going to enjoy it. And that is very difficult, because that's something he is truly still learning about and trying to figure out how to not just live in the moments. So, I don't know. But we're working now with a new therapist, behavioral specialists, different people, because, as I've said before, I try so many things with my son, but I don't always know how to handle, this or that. I wasn't born knowing all about autism. You know, I just do mommy's best. And as I tell Owen, you know, we have to work together to try to figure it out and learn from each other and grow, and, you know, just these moments. And so just because I'm the autism mama doesn't mean this autism mama can't learn whatever it is. So I pray all the time that I can find ways to help him and to grow in these moments for myself as well, because it's a lot. It's a lot for us to work through and know what's happening and see what's going on, you know? So all I can do is pray and work on us doing new activities, fun activities, different things with different people, and hoping that kind of helps him to grow as well. So there you go. There you go. Well, what do we think? A little departure from some of the things we do, but fun, different, interesting. Okay, that's what we're doing. So, O for Owen, and then L and B. And hopefully we can find some fun activities, as Owen likes to say, activities. So, well, thank you so much for being a part of our day, and I hope you have a great rest of yours. Toodles, toodles.